Okay, so in this lecture let us consider type 4. Okay, so we are discussing linear phase FIR filters. So let's talk of type 4. So in type 4, h of n is equal to minus h of capital N minus small n, that is antisymmetry. Okay, and the length is equal to even. That means what? Capital N plus 1 is an even number. So capital N is the order of the filter and this is odd. Okay, if n plus 1 is even, then n is odd. And this is the order of the filter. Now let us take an example to concretize our idea of type 4 filter. Let us take n is equal to 7 because it's odd number, right? So I have taken 7. Okay, then my pairing would be as follows. Like h of n is equal to minus h of 7 minus small n. Substitute n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3 and so on and so forth. Then h of 0 is equal to negative of h of 7, h of 1 is equal to negative of h of 6, h of 2 is minus h of 5, right? And h of 3 is equal to minus h of 4. Is it correct? Let's verify. I think this is correct. And there is no loner here. Okay, so h0 will be equal to minus h7, h1 will be equal to minus h6, h2 will be equal to minus h5, h3 will be equal to minus h4, and there is no loner here. So if you draw it, h0, h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, h7, h0, h1 with h6, h2 with h4, and then h3 with h4. Where is the symmetry? The symmetry is here somewhere else. So this is 3.5. The symmetry is around 3.5 where there exists no sample because 3.5 is not an integer. Now you can find out the transfer function by taking the z transform of the impulse response, h0, h1, h2, h3. So h0 times z to the 1, 0, plus h1 z inverse plus h2 z to the minus 2 plus and so on and so forth. And then replace the corresponding term like h0 with h7, h1 with h6, h2 with h5, h3 with h4. Then you will be having h0 plus not plus minus h7 times z to the minus 7, then plus h1 z inverse plus minus h6 z to the minus 6 plus h2 z to the minus 2 minus h5 z to the minus 5 plus h3 z to the minus 3 minus h4 z to the minus 4. Right? Now you can do the same technique what we did in type 3 filter. Why did I put minus here? I'm sorry, this is all or plus only. Now h7 is equal to minus h0. That's the thing here. Therefore this is minus h0. And then h6 is the same as minus h1 if you look at here. See. Okay. And then h5 is the same as minus h2 and then h4 is the same as minus h3. Now in this you can take commonly or first you replace z by e to the j omega Then now before that you rearrange the terms, like you take h0 commonly outside, 1 minus z to the minus 7 plus h1 times z inverse minus z to the minus 6 plus h2 z to the minus 2 minus z to the minus 5 plus h3 z to the minus 3 plus minus z to the minus 4. Now replace z by e to the j omega. So you will be having h naught 1 minus e to the minus j7 omega plus h1 times e to the minus j omega minus e to the minus j6 omega plus h2 e to the minus j2 omega minus e to the minus j5 omega plus h3 e to the minus j3 omega minus e to the minus j4 omega. Now in this you can take 7 by 2 omega commonly outside, then e to the j times 7 by 2 omega, you will be having h naught of e to the j 7 by 2 omega minus e to the minus j 7 by 2 omega, right, plus h1 e to the same step, okay, plus j 5 by 2 omega minus e to the minus j 5 by 2 omega plus h2 e to the plus j 3 by 2 omega minus e to the minus j 3 by 2 omega plus h3 times e to the j omega by 2 minus e to the minus j omega by 2. Now again apply Euler's identity. This is going to be, it's going to be 2 times j times sine of 7 omega by 2. So you can write all the expressions, and the 2j can take commonly outside. Let me write down here the final expression. I am skipping some intermediate algebra. So e to the j 7 by 2 omega, and then within a bracket you will be having h naught sine 7 by 2 omega plus h1 sine of 5 by 2 omega plus h2 sine of 3 by 2 omega plus h3 sine of omega by 2. That's it. Now this j I can write as 2 times e to the j pi by 2. Okay. Now in general, this is the expression for frequency response. Now in general, I can write e to the j omega is equal to 2 times e to the j pi by 2 times this 7 by 2 is nothing but n by 2, capital N by 2, e to the j capital N by 2 omega, summation of this h naught, h1, h2, h3. Okay, so can be written as h of capital N plus 1 by 2 minus small n, because capital N is an odd number here, right? 7, no? Where is it? Yeah, 7. Therefore, if you substitute 7 here in this expression, 7, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 by 2, 4, h of 4 minus n. When n is equal to 1, then you will get this term h3 term. And here sine of omega times small n minus 1 by 2. Now substitute n is equal to 1 in this expression. N is equal to 1, you will get this term. This term you will get it. N is equal to, you will get this term. So this is n plus 1 by 2. Okay, n plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 by 2, the upper limit is 4 if you take capital N is equal to 7. Okay, now this guy gives a delay of pi by 2, and this guy gives a delay of, this is minus, right? Yeah, here also minus. There is a minus sign here, because we are taking this minus j7 by 2 omega outside. Okay, I did a mistake. I'm really sorry for this. E to the minus j7 by 2 omega. So there is a minus symbol. Because of that, it is going to be minus 7 by 2 omega. Instead of 7 it is an integer, right? So therefore capital N by 2 omega plus, because of the pseudo magnitude you are getting some phase, that is going to be beta, and this is phi. Okay, phase shift. Now the take the negative gradient of the phase with respect to omega, then this is nothing but your group delay tau g of omega. So this is equal to 0 negative gradient, it is become plus, it is going to be plus n by 2 plus, you can't differentiate this beta because it has a discontinuity. So the extra half sample delay n by 2, right, which creates problems in actual hardware realization. But that can also be surmounted. Okay, so nothing to worry, the problem can be surmounted. Now as I said in the type 3 filter, h of z, h suffix, let me put, okay, h of z is equal to minus z to the minus n h of z inverse. Okay, this minus comes because of the antisymmetry and n is odd. Okay, now substitute z equal to 1, then h of 1 must be equal to h of minus 1, sorry, minus h of, I am really sorry what I am doing, minus h of 1. Right, but h of minus 1 is equal to h of minus 1, no problem if we substitute, because already one minus sign is there, that minus sign will be observed with this minus sign. In this expression, if you substitute z equal to minus 1 is equal to minus 1, then h of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 whole power n. This n is odd, right? N is an odd value, therefore h of minus 1, this is going to give minus 1, already there is one more minus 1, it becomes plus, so h of minus 1. So h of minus 1 on the left hand side is equal to h of minus 1 on the right hand side, but h of 1 is equal to minus h of 1, so this implies h of 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so in other words, h of 1 is equal to 0 and h of minus 1 is equal to h of minus 1. That means what? This h of z has a factor at z equal to minus 1. That means it has 1 minus z to the minus 1, 1 minus z to the 1 plus z to the minus 1 times h1 of z. I am sorry, because it has a factor at minus 1. Sorry, plus 1. See, this is equal to 0. That means what? It has a factor at z equal to 1. Therefore, 1 minus z inverse h1 of z. So, if you plot its locations, then there is a 0 in this location, 0 at z equal to 1. Therefore, this 0 corresponds to 1 minus z inverse. This is a factor corresponding to this 0. Okay, therefore, you have a 0 in this point. In other words, h of z will have a factor of 1 minus z to the minus 1 times some polynomial in z. Therefore, your h of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse multiplied by h1 of z. In this case, h of 1 is minus h of 1. That means what? It implies h of 1 is equal to 0. H of 1 is equal to 0 means omega at omega is equal to 0, the magnitude is 0. But if you want to realize a low pass filter, the magnitude should be unity. So, low pass filter is not possible to realize. Realize using type 3 filter. Type 3 or type 4? Type 4 filter. If low pass filter is not possible, then automatically band stop filter also not possible. But okay, band stop filter also not possible, but you can realize band stop filter and high pass filter. okay, because z equal to 1 corresponds to omega equal to 0. So if low pass filter is not possible, band stop filter is also not possible. Okay, so you see types 2, 3 and 4, they are restricted. Type 3 is most restricted one. You can only design band pass filter, nothing else. Type 1 is the most versatile filter. You can design any kind of filter from type 1. But type 4, only 2 is possible and 2 is not possible. Band stop filter is possible, high pass filter is possible. These two are possible and these two are not possible. Therefore, type 1 is the most favored one. Okay, so if you can do it in a type 1, no problem. Type 1 also does not give you a non-integer delay, so that is one advantage. Okay, in type 1 filter the delay is non-integer. So type 1 gives an integral number of samples delays. Therefore type 1 is the most favored one. Nevertheless, in situations where you require a 0 at z equal to 1, okay, you need 0 at z equal to 1. That means at omega is equal to 0, you need the response should be 0. For example, if you want to design a digital differentiator, what is the magnitude response? Differentiator will be like this. It is a straight line. An ideal differentiator would be of the form j omega, right? If you take ideal differentiator, h of e to the j omega is equal to j omega in the range of minus pi to plus pi and 0 otherwise. This is the ideal differentiator. So if you want to realize an ideal differentiator, then type 1 cannot be used. Why? Type 1 has non-zero response at omega equal to 0. Therefore type 1 is not useful for realizing a differentiator. Okay, in digital differentiator we need magnitude of 0 at omega equals 0. Okay, so in this case what type would be suitable? At omega equals 0, that is z equal to 1, h of e to the j omega must be 0. Okay, so type 4 would be a suitable choice. Okay, so we cannot come to the conclusion that type 1 is the very good filter and type 4 is not like that. So depending on the situation, depending on the application or depending on the requirement, you will be asked to use any one type of filter. So to realize type 4 would be the most suitable one for differentiator. Okay, so there are situations where one requires one of this type, but in case if you want to realize a general filter, if it is a general filter design problem, you have to design, for example, low pass filter, high pass filter or band pass filter and band stop filter and so on, then type 1 is the most favored one. In general, we have also seen that for a linear phase FIR, the expression is of the following form. Okay, capital N is odd, or okay, if capital N is even or odd, okay, all of them have n by 2 number of delays. So h of e to the j omega, it doesn't matter, if you look at the general expression, it will be e to the minus j omega n by 2, e to the j times gamma and some pseudo magnitude h of omega. And then you have an additional factor of e to the j, let's say here gamma is equal to 0 for type 1 and 2 and gamma is equal to pi by 2 for types 3 and 4. Okay, then you have the pseudo magnitude functions, and this is the most general form of linear phase FIR filter. So in this case, phi is equal to minus omega times n by 2 plus gamma plus beta, and this beta can be 0 or an integral multiple of pi. you multiply by k where k can takes 1, 2, 3 and so on and so forth. Therefore, the group delay is tau g of omega. Group delay is still n by 2. Okay, whether you take capital N is even or odd doesn't matter, but this delay is like this. Therefore, for type 1 and type 2 filter, h of z is equal to minus z to the minus n h of z inverse type 1 and 2, and then h of z is equal to, is it minus? No, it's plus, minus z to the minus n h of z to the minus z inverse for type 3 and 4. So I can club these two guys. I can write h of z is equal to plus or minus z to the minus n h of z inverse. So what we said about zeros of type 1 and type 2 are valid here also. Okay, I mean even if there is a negative sign, doesn't change the nature of the zeros. So the zeros still occur in reciprocal pairs. Okay, now let us take an example. Suppose if I give the location of zeros and we would like to find out the reciprocal, okay, reciprocal of the given zeros. Let's say this is my 0 and this is a real axis and this is imaginary axis. I have a 0 at this point and this point. Okay, if we have a 0 at plus 1, okay, this plus 1 can occur singly or doubly. So the reciprocal of plus 1 is again plus 1, and then I have a 0 at minus 1. What is the reciprocal of this minus 1? Again minus 1. Therefore, this plus 1 and minus 1 can occur singly or multiply or whatever it is, because reciprocal of plus 1 is plus 1, reciprocal of minus 1 is minus 1. Okay, so I have a 0 in this location, then it does not recover a reciprocal. But if I have a 0 in this location, okay, plus j is my 0, then what is its reciprocal? Its reciprocal is going to be this guy, minus j. Okay, so the reciprocal of plus j is minus j, because if z0 is a 0 of the polynomial, then its reciprocal is 1 over z0. Okay. Now let me take one more example. In case if I have a 0 in this location, let's say plus jr, where r is less than 1, then what is its reciprocal? Its reciprocal is going to be 1 by jr. This 1 by jr is nothing but minus j by r. Okay, so minus j by r will be somewhere here. So this is minus j by r. So the reciprocal of jr is minus j by r. And we know that this imaginary roots occur in pairs for a real system, right? This cannot occur singly. This j, if jr occurs, automatically there will be definitely an minus jr. What is the reciprocal of minus jr? 1 by minus jr. So this is plus j by r. So the reciprocal of let me choose some other color. No, yeah, this guy is somewhere here. So this is plus j by r. Okay, so for this 0 and this 0, the reciprocal is here, and for this guy the 0 is here. Now let me take one more example. Now my zeros are located on the real axis. Now let's say this point and this point. Let's say this is r plus r and this is minus r. Assume r is less than 1. Let's say r is equal to 0.5 or 0.4 or whatever it is. Let's say 0.5. Then what is the reciprocal of this r? 1 by r. Let's say r is equal to 0.5 means 1 by 0.5. 1 by 0.5 is 2. Therefore, it is somewhere here 2. Therefore, the reciprocal of this guy is this guy. Now, if I have plus r, there is not necessarily I will be having minus r. Okay, I may have it or I may not have it. So, let's say I have a pole, I have a 0 at minus r. Therefore, the reciprocal of this minus r is 1 by minus r. This is minus 1 by r. So, therefore, it will be somewhere here. So, this is the pole, 0. Reciprocal of this 0 is this guy. Okay. So, if I have a 0 in this point, I must have a 0 in this point. If it is minus r, then I must have a 0 at minus 1 by r. Let's say this point is minus 1 by r and this point is plus 1 by r. Now, let us take one more example. Let's say my 0 is in this point. Let's say if I have a 0 in this point, then I must have a 0 in this point. Let's connect these two dots in a straight line. I'm sorry. Because the zeros occur, because this is a complex 0, right? Complex 0. So, this 0 has a reciprocal in this location. If a complex 0 occurs, the complex 0 always occurs in a pair. So, I must have one more 0. So, now this guy has a pair in this location. Am I correct? No. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let's say this is point A. Point A, and this is point B, and this one is point C and point D. Now, what is the reciprocal of point A? Reciprocal of point A would be D, 1 by D. Okay, and point B, and the reciprocal of point B is point C. Okay, so 4 of them. If there is a complex 0, then the complex zeros not purely imaginary. Okay, so I have taken complex zeros. Okay, so the complex zeros always occurs in pair. So this is, let's say, x plus iy, and then this guy is going to be x minus iy. So the reciprocal of x plus iy is this one, x minus iy is this one. Okay, therefore they occur in groups of 4. Okay, why groups of 4? Because real coefficients demands, that is, if I have a 0 at plus jr, I must have a 0 at minus jr. So complex zeros are purely imaginary zeros, except if they occur on the unit circle. If it exists outside the unit circle or and on the imaginary axis, then they occur in the pair. Okay, so that's it. Let me check any point. Let me have I missed out. Okay. Yeah, a few more points I'd like to mention here. So therefore, whenever the zeros are complex zeros, or if they purely imaginary, and the mod of that z naught is not equal to 1, then they occur in terms of in a sets of 4. Because if there is a plus j, then the reciprocal of that is minus j. So in a groups of 4, no, that is technically called quads. Okay, called complex zeros occur in quads. Quads is a short term for quadruplet. If the zeros occurs on the unit circle, they occur in pairs and they do not reflect in its special property of linear phase. So if you look at here in this second example, I guess, so this is 1 0 and this is 1 0, so they are in pair, because if plus j is there, definitely minus j will be there, complex zeros. So the reciprocal of plus j is minus j, reciprocal of minus j is plus j, so it's a pair only here. But if you take the 0 in this fashion, where this r is less than 1, then I have 4 points, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So it's a quadruplet. So they occurs in quad. Similarly, if you take here, there are two zeros, complex zeros, and the corresponding complex, the corresponding reciprocal is here and the reciprocal is here. Again, I have 4 locations. Here also it occurs 4 zeros. That means it is the quad. That's it. In case if the zeros occurs on the unit circle, as I said given in the second example, if it occurs on the unit circle, they occur in pair and they do not reflect in its special property of linear phase. So that's all about type 4 filter, type 3 and type 4 filters. Okay. So in the next class, let us consider a few examples, and then we will work on it, and we will design type 1 filter, type 2 filter, type 3 filter, and so on and so forth. Okay. So let me stop here. Thank you very much.